Welcome to this edition of the Ultimate Combat Experience. I'm Mike Stidderman, joined as always by Tony Psyche. Tony, we're in dinosaur land. We're in the East Utah desert, which for most people's perspective is the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, middle of nowhere with a lot of oil, but the oil is dried up now.
So now we're just in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, the folks from out here, though, you're not going to meet any nicer people on the face of the planet, but the fighters are hungry, and it seems as though the oil industry losing its luster has made them even hungrier.
Oh yeah, and they come from a huge wrestling background here, so all these guys love to ground and pound, and we got a lot of new guys here tonight.
We've got a lot of really good-looking guys, too. They're all very, very athletic. I'm looking forward to the main event, though. Horrocks, this kid is a good-looking kid, and everybody out here tells me he's just a rough-and-tumble guy nobody wants to mess with. Who's he fighting?
Well, we all remember Cole Horrocks. He fought John Kafer, and now he's going up Oklahoma guy named Brandon Stacy.
This kid also has a little bit of a chip on his shoulder, it seems like. So the main event, you want to stick around for that. We've got a lot of great action before we get to that. It's the Ultimate Combat Experience coming right at you. Welterweight division, we got a kid we've seen a couple times before, Jared Barnett, pretty good-looking kid, going up against another local guy, a kid that they say could give Jared all he can handle. Who is he, Tony?
Well, his name is Damon Gorecki, and
that's all right. Well, he's named Damon Gorecki.
Yeah, he's known as Knuckles, and this is going to be his first fight. And he says he's got some wrestling background, so I'd like to see what he's got.
All right, welterweight, no holds barred. Check it out.
So it's nice when we get these first-timers out here that we haven't seen before, especially out here in Vernal, because you never know what you're going to find out here. Jared Barnett, however, is a guy we have seen before. And, you know, Tony, this kid, he's an all-around fighter.
Yes, I do. And you know what? He comes up from Vernal. He's 5'11", 169 pounds from Team Blackout.
Well, Team Blackout and Mitch Halsell's group over there, they really have done a great job. And they put out not just great wrestlers, their ground game is good, their stand-up is good, they're all-around good fighters. Now, Knuckles looks like he's walking into something he might not have known what he was getting himself into.
5'11", 169 pounds. From Bluebell, Utah. I haven't heard of that before.
I have never heard of Bluebell, Utah, Tony, but maybe he and his cousin live there. I don't know. Yeah. I've never even passed the sign that said Bluebell, Utah.
Well, he has some really cool tattoos. I like his tattoos.
Maybe they got a tattoo parlor there.
Yeah, come on, Knuckles.
All right, Knuckles touching up the knuckles right there.
Oh, my gosh.
Jared Barnett, man, kind of, you know, putting out the knuckles like you're touching gloves and then cracking them in the face.
Yeah, that's a
kind of a not gentlemanly move.
Yeah. Well, he did touch gloves.
Well, you know, then Gorecki did a nice job of picking him up and slamming him and thanking him for that.
Hey, thank you.
Cheap shot he got in there. And right here you see, Jared Barnett trying to climb the body and work his magic from underneath. He's got a pretty decent guard, if I remember, from his last fight. Gorecki looks like he's pretty strong inside his guard, though, and kind of making things a little bit difficult for him.
Now, I was wondering, with Mitch and everything, he has the Unbroken Circle. That's his gym.
His gym is Unbroken Circle. Their team is Team Blackout.
Oh,
and they actually have a
okay.
clothing line that goes along with that they sell Team Blackout or Blackout apparel. So the gym name is Unbroken Circle, but the team name is Team Blackout.
All right, so being on the Blackout, this guy is one of their top guys, and I can see, you know,
well, right now he's not doing much.
No.
He's blacking out is what he's doing.
Well, he's crawling up the body.
Well, he's trying to look for a triangle or something here.
Arm lock or...
You know, his guard doesn't seem as solid as the last time I remembered it. You know, right there he just lost his guard, and then I was kind of in a half mount, half guard situation. And some guys are better from here, and he did a really nice job of getting underhook and well.
Oh, look at that! Just back down.
Yeah. Well, as soon as I said that, he was right back in the same place he was in, and now he's mounted, and that's not a good place.
No, and head up, butt up against a cage there, and Well,
nice job of bucking off there. You saw Gorecki he's all wrapped up around the head of Jared Barnett and didn't leave a post out, and so it was nice and easy for Jared Barnett just to pop his hips up and turn and reverse him there. And now you see that Barnett's up on top, but again, not doing a whole lot. And I like to see this. That's a nice stoppage there. These guys are just kind of hugging. He's he's admonishing him for standing up and striking. You can't do that even within the guard. And so he stepped in and just told him, look, you can't do that. You're going to have to get a knee down in order to strike. And rather than do that, he says, you know what, I'm just going to stand up.
We're going to, and Lane Miller keeping his eye close to the action here.
Right here, man.
Oh, yeah.
Lane Miller, our referee for this contest. You had a good mention there, Tony. And right there, you see Gorecki's eating some big shots by Jared Barnett.
I think they need to start switching their nicknames here. Knuckles.
Well, he's eating some knuckles right here. You know, and wow, he's just ducking his head, and that's not really recommended.
Oh, man, yeah.
Because you're going to just get beat up on. You saw right there, that was a good stoppage. Yeah. Lane Miller stepping in and stopping that fight because Gorecki really wasn't defending at all. He just kind of ducked his head right there. Jared Barnett getting a TKO victory in the first bout of the evening tonight here at the Ultimate Combat Experience in Vernal. And, well, if that's a sign of things to come, Team Blackout is on a tear tonight, Tony.
Oh, yes.
This post-fight interview brought to you by Beehive Bail Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
All right, Jared, congratulations on a great fight. It looked like you had him controlled pretty well on the ground, and then you stood up with him and just beat the crap out of him. How did you feel about that?
Pretty good, I guess. It went my way, I guess.
Definitely, and that's what we want. So what's next for you?
More training, another fight.
Well, we can't wait to see you again. Is there anyone you need to thank?
Yeah, I need to thank Unbroken Circle and everybody down there that I train with. They're all awesome. I need to thank my sponsor, myfightteam.com. Go check it out. It's a new website. Everybody needs to get on there and check it out. And I want to thank Jen and my girlfriend for coming out to watch.
All right, you can't do it without them. Well, thank you again for being a part of the experience, and we will see you again next time.
All right, sounds good.
All right, well, Mr. Gorecki found out the hard way that it's a lot easier, looks a lot easier on television than it is in real life.
Well, Knuckles, he didn't do so well inside the cage, but man, Jared Barnett, he's on a roll.
Pretty impressive. Knuckles ate a knuckle sandwich or two. All right, we got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. In your lightweight division, we got a kid we've seen a lot of the last several months. Kevin Hamby, this kid is fighting almost every week, and he's fighting again tonight, but he said, Mike, I want to be your main event, man. I don't want to be just another fighter on the card. I want to be the main event. Well, guess what? He's not the main event tonight. Who's he fighting?
Well, he's fighting Cory Bentz, and something that both these guys have in common is both have fought Daniel Grass.
Okay, that's there's a lot of people that both fought Daniel Grass because the kid fights everybody. And now, how did Cory do against him?
He did really well. Both of them won Daniel Grass. It took Cory Bentz 3 rounds, and so Hamby says, hey, I can beat him in 2.
I beat him twice in less than 3 rounds. So lightweight no holds barred, check it out.
Referring to the fact that Kevin Hamby has fought and beaten Daniel Grass twice, and it didn't take him more than a round and a half in either fight. Now Cory Bentz, however, he just fought him once and beat him. It took him all 3 rounds to get there. This is one ornery-looking fella.
He is, and apparently, according to Coach, he said he's just on the tail end of a cold.
Tail end of a cold. Well, I'd be ornery, I guess, too, if I was on the tail end of a cold. Now, this guy right here, he could have a cold and he'd still have that energy. Look at him. He thinks he's in a track meet.
Oh, he was. It's funny. He showed up last night with his cowboy hat on and everything, and he
was
says...
saying he was undercover.
Well,
he was trying to be like the Romans if in Rome.
Yeah, when in Rome, do as the Romans do.
And he's in Cowtown here. I'm going to be myself a cowboy.
Okay, and apparently he's moved out here now.
Yeah, this guy, man, he lived in St. George, and so then he started fighting in Salt Lake and decided, I'm going to move to Salt Lake. What the heck? And so he's training up at the Ultimate Combat Training Center for a little while, and then he said, my friend, his wife left him, so I'm going to move out to Vernal.
Hey.
It'd be kind of nice to just move around like that. Nice takedown. Yeah. Kevin Hamby showing what he's all about, and that's what he is. He's a wrestler.
If my memory serves me right, old Bentz is... he's quite a submission guy, so I'd like to see.
That'll get you submitted right there.
Wow.
Walking right into a right hand. He got dropped, so his knees just buckled, but pretty good chin. He wasn't knocked out from it.
Oh, look at that. Oh,
Kevin Hamby's got great hips, man. I'll tell you what.
I thought Benson was going to get the superior position there, but nope. Kevin just kind of rolls right in there and takes it away from him.
Thing that about Kevin Hamby is he just doesn't stop. He's got energy that can go all day long, and that can cause some problems for people because they like to get a takedown and then rest for a few seconds, or be taken down and maybe even get your breath to come back. But Kevin Hamby doesn't let you do that. He just keeps coming at you.
No, especially at the beginning of the fight. I know as a fight's usually wear on, he does get a little tired because he comes out like a.
Well, that'll subside in time and ring experience. He'll learn that you can't do that. You got to learn how to pace yourself a little bit. Looking for some elbows right here. And now I talked to Kevin a little bit. He needs to start thinking about position. It's nice that you're throwing those elbows, but if you were able to pass guard first and then drop those elbows, he might have a little more chance of slicing him open.
That seems to be like every single wrestler that comes into the game and doesn't have a lot of submission. They feel comfortable, I think, in that position, and they just like to sit in the guard.
Now you see our mat looks a little dirty right there. We rented the cage to Bully Beatdown. They were in town doing a show, and they spray painted it.
We got their logo in there somewhere.
We got Bully Beatdown logo in our cage there.
It's fun to have them.
I'll tell you what, that's neat having them come out to Salt Lake City and do their show. They really do a great production, and it's nice to be involved in them. And we're just the little guys trying to be the big guys, and they're the big guys, Tony.
Yeah, but big guys coming to Salt Lake because of all this talent here. All these guys fighting week in, week out, and
MMA is surviving here in Utah and thriving here in Utah. In fact, you look right here, you got a fighter that's from the far southern end of the state against a fighter from the far northeastern end of the state, meeting right here in the Ultimate Combat Experience, and pretty good matchup.
That's an interesting move. What is that?
Well, he's trying an omoplata, but it's not really. He's not. It doesn't look like he's going to get it. Well, maybe. Well,
wow, look at that. It's kind of it's an omoplata. What is that?
I don't know Brazilian or Portuguese very well. It hurts your shoulder.
It hurts your shoulder. It's like okay.
I don't know what the literal translation. I've been told a dozen times, but I've been hitting the head.
I don't see those too often, though.
You don't see them in this show too often. I see them quite a bit at in different shows, but we don't see them a lot around here.
Looks like we got about 7 seconds left, and both of them just kind of putting a good fight. I mean, both.
Well, you see underneath that.
Bentz he's a very active fighter underneath. He's a guy he's got you in his guard. He's not just going to sit there and ride out the time. He was looking actively for submission. So that's a tough round to score. I think you got to give it to Hamby for the big punch early in the round and the takedown. But Bentz, he looks like he could be dangerous underneath.
No, he does. In fact, he's looking for those opportunities, and he got up a little slow. It looks like he's a little hurt there, but he's taking those punches again too.
He walked right into it.
Yeah.
Another stiff jab right there. But looking for a guillotine choke here. He's got the arm encircled, but well, he's got that on pretty tight. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
Hamby's pretty good at just kind of finding that little pocket in there and letting you squeeze yourself out of it.
Right.
And eventually he'll pop his head out of here.
Is it hard to actually cinch that on just in a half guard there?
Not if it's done correctly.
Okay.
You can actually use the shoulder to get a choke out of that if you do it correctly. And it didn't look like Benson was adjusting properly to get it done.
No, yeah, okay. Now this is where Kevin Hamby, he loves this. Elbows, rain down elbows.
Yeah, but he gave up position again.
Oh, no, yeah.
Especially against a guy with a dangerous guard, you probably want to stay out of it. And I'm not sure what the referee was admonishing him for there. But it doesn't look like it caused any ill effects toward Kevin Hamby at all.
Is that Robert I see doing the time?
Robert is timekeeping for us this evening. He's usually our cage crew guy, and I actually trusted him to keep the time. I don't know how. Who's in charge around here?
Well, that's good. Well, he's got front row for this little barrage here that Kevin Hamby's trying to do. But he's kind of
judging right there. He's judging tonight. And we mentioned it wouldn't be the Ultimate Combat with Sugarloaf involved in some degree. And
exactly.
He's judging this evening. He's done it all now. He's been a referee. He's been a fighter. He's done it all. And now, well, so far we haven't had to go to the judges' scorecard, so we haven't been able to see right here, going for that omoplata again.
Yeah. And what does he have to do here in order to lock that thing in?
He just needs to get his hips around. What he's trying to do is elevate the hand higher than the shoulder there.
Okay.
And he wasn't able to do it.
Beautiful.
That vintage Kevin Hamby right there. Nice takedown. But a great job of Cory Benson and getting back in a good position here.
Oh, look at that. Wow. How things change.
Things can turn on a dime in this sport, and especially when you got two guys like this that both very adept at what they do.
Wow, I'm impressed with both these guys. This turned out to be a pretty good fight here.
Yeah, Kevin Hamby hanging onto the shorts there for a minute, but nice short drag to get out from underneath. That's again good.
Another reversal.
Collegiate wrestling.
Wow. This is a game right here.
Well,
this is what he wants.
This is what Kevin Hamby needed to be looking for all along. If he could have gotten mount position earlier, I think he could have ended this fight. And I think he's in a very good position to do that right now.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be bad. And then you take a few of those shots, and that really, really takes it out of you.
Well, it sure can, especially, you always got about 10 seconds left here. And Kevin's not getting overly zealous. He's taking his shots, picking them, keeping good position. Really, really good stuff to finish the round. If nothing else, this kid's going to go back to his corner very, very dejected.
Oh, yeah. Well, look at that. Look at Kevin Hamby.
He is tired. Well, maybe he stayed up a little late last night.
It looked like the end of the third round right here.
It sure does.
Wow.
These guys are dragging their butts back to the round here, and round number 3 is in question right now.
Looks like he's
whispers going on right there, and I don't know that Cory Benson is going to come out for the third round. Well, there you see it right there.
There it is.
Referee Lane Miller waving it off. It doesn't look as though Cory Benson wanted to continue. I'm not sure if he's injured or what, but Kevin, the Animal Hamby, coming out and making a statement again. Time to go put your $10 Ken-gallon cowboy hat back on and head on out to the bar, Kevin. Have your custom website designed for only $399 at www.399designs.com.
Hey, real quick, I want to thank all the women in my life who love and support me, especially my manager, Savannah, my mom. I want to thank Mike. I want to thank Mario and Augustine Espinoza for coming out and cornering me. And most importantly, I want to thank Cory Bentz. He was an amazing athlete, very brave, very tough. He actually kneed me in the mouth, and that's the first time in 10 fights I've been ever hit in the face. And he was an awesome athlete. It was an honor to fight him. If he wants a rematch, it'd be an honor.
I'm pretty sure he'd probably be down for that. So let's get him better. Let's see you guys again, and we will see you next time.
All right, thank you, Tony. And thank you, Benson!
Well, Cory couldn't come out for the third round, man, and that's the way it goes. Hamby was just all over him.
Yeah. Well, Hamby said he can take care of him in the second, and technically he did.
And literally, as soon as the fight's over, he's saying, I want to be main event next time, Mike, and maybe you keep doing what you're doing, Kevin, and we'll do just that. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Stick around. In middleweight division, we got a guy who is best known for beating up Sugar Shorts. He beat Mike Crispin last time we were out here in Vernal. Kyle Jackson, who's he fighting tonight?
Well, he's fighting Ben Robinson, and this guy looks like a tough wrestler, again, coming from a wrestling background. But Kyle Jackson is, in my opinion, the guy that you want to look out for. He's been looking slick, and I'm excited for this fight.
Well, he's a guy that the times we've been out here in Vernal, we're looking at, that's a diamond in the rough. That's a kid that can go some places, but his toughest test to date, they say, middleweight nose bar. Check it out.
Oh, I know Sugarloaf might take exception to that statement. They're saying that Ben Robinson being his toughest test today, but everybody out here, says it's Ben Robinson. He's a solid high school wrestling standout here in Vernal. But Kyle Jackson, he's not just a wrestler. He's got really good ground game. He's got excellent footwork, and on his feet, his hands are lightning fast. He's a good-looking kid.
Oh yeah, 5'10", 175 pounds. And you know what? He's part of their team. He's part of the Team Black out there.
Yeah, and conversely, Lionheart, Ben Robinson, he's been training with a different group out here, and they think they've got some up-and-comers as well. They've got some pretty tough kids on their roster and looking to make some moves as well.
I like this. This is going to be a good matchup. In old Jackhammer, Kyle Jackson, I think his name should be Face Kicker. He loves throwing those kicks, so I'm excited to see if he's going to do that.
Face kicker's taken though, man.
I know,
we have a face kicker, and that guy wasn't very good at kicking you in the face. Touch of the gloves, and here we go. Okay, as you mentioned, Kyle Jackson does like the head kick. I mean, he does a great job of setting him up. Looks to me as though Ben Robinson.
Look at that! Yeah,
Ben Robinson a little stiff to get started.
Yeah,
here.
I did, and he got caught there.
Yeah. That's what I was talking about, that Kyle Jackson, he's got lightning fast hands, and he'll get you if you leave just a little opening, he'll take it.
What I like watching about Kyle Jackson, he has a lot in his arsenal. So.
Oh, nice. There's your head kick you talked about. He sure does.
Look at that.
Nice body kick as well. And tried a flying knee. Didn't quite make connection with it, but good stuff.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable in the ring. He looks like he's been doing this for a while. You know,
I really am impressed with this Mitch House. The guys that he's been putting out, they're all very well-rounded fighters, and you don't get that way without some type of solid leadership. And every time we come out here, I'm just more and more impressed with what he's done.
Oh yeah, no, all these guys that we've seen now about the third time, these guys that have all fought for us about 2 or 3 times now. I mean, these are all the guys that you want to be looking out for.
Yeah,
young guys.
You know what I like about it? Yes, A, they're young, and B, they'll fight anyone. They're not intimidated by records or anything like that. They'll fight anybody.
Nope. And that's what I like about Mitch. Mitch really keeps these guys on their toes, and these guys that are on their Team Black, I would like to train hard.
Yeah, I'd like to see Kyle Jackson throw a left leg, though. It looks like he's pretty one-sided on his kick selection.
I can tell you, man, he likes those kicks. He sets up those kicks with his right leg, and
he does a nice job. Ben Robinson, though, it looked like might have been a little bit of a low kick, but he handled it nicely.
Yes.
Again, Ben Robinson a little stiff in the early going here, but he hasn't had a chance to really get into his game, and his game is not this. His game is wrestling.
Right. I'm waiting for that takedown, that big old takedown. Come on.
You see guys like this, and they want to fight you at your game, and that's just really kind of a foolish move, in my opinion. Take them into your world. Do what you're good at, and make them try to compete with you at what your strong point is.
Yeah, because I heard nothing but good things about Ben Robinson being such a good wrestler and everything, so I'm really looking forward to see what he has on the ground.
Ladies like to see you knock people out, but, ladies like the winner, too, so get the win, any way you can.
Yeah.
What am I talking about, ladies like? A long time since I ever had to worry about that.
Yeah. Oh, nice kick.
That was right on the borderline. I'm not so sure it was low, but it was certainly right on the borderline.
Let's have to go into.
See the combat cam. We're going to be able to take a look at that, Tony.
Yeah, we're gonna get back in here and see what. Yeah, it didn't look too. Let's
see. See, that was a perfectly legal kick right there. And what it was is it might have knocked the wind out of him just a little bit, and that happens
He's probably
from time
thinking,
to time.
I might as well milk it for what I can and
catch my wind. If I can do it, why not?
You got away with that one.
Oh, nice.
Oh, yes.
Finally, we saw a left leg kick, and that was a nice job. Threw a nice low kick to set up some stuff to the head. Left that one hanging. You can't do that. You leave that kick hanging out there, getting a little lazy, getting a little complacent, and maybe getting a little cocky with those kicks, and that's what'll happen to you right there.
How impressive to just roll into this, He just seems so
he's trying to roll into an ankle lock right here, and he's not going to get it. Time's going to run out on him, but, he sure had he was heads up right there. Again, nice work. Once again, we're out here in Vernal, and Kyle Jackson's impressing us. That's kind of what we say every time we come out here. This kid, you mentioned it, Tony. This kid is somebody that really has a bright future in mixed martial arts.
Oh man, I'm telling you, and man, the fans out here, they love the MMA, and I love being out here. This is a good crowd.
I'd like to see Kyle maybe drop a weight class, either that or put on a little bit of size in the weight room. Just kind of to compete with some of the stronger guys in this weight class, because that's what's going to be the difference for him as he moves on in this game. That's my advice for him.
He just got caught there. Ben Robinson's starting to make his move.
Well, you know what? He said, I'm tired of getting pounded on, and I'm going to come at you. Maybe they made some adjustments in the corner there. I saw he had Coach Greg Stensgaard, the wrestling coach from out here at UNA High School. He's working his corner out there, and maybe he knows a little something about the fight game, because he gave some good advice to Ben Robinson.
Oh, nice knee, though, man. Get that mouthpiece back in. Huh?
Good back and forth action here between the two, you know, and yeah, a bit of a lull in the action here, but you know, I really like what I'm seeing here. Again, nobody's getting overly zealous, nobody's getting impatient. They're taking their shots and they're making them count.
Right.
There's your takedown right there. You're looking for
there
Ben
he goes.
Robinson.
Yep. Now he's in. Let's see what Ben Robinson has. He's going to go for. No.
He's looking for something.
Yes. I'm just going to punch you here in the
he's
side
looking,
of the ribs.
He's looking for that arm right there is what he's looking for. I know exactly what he's doing. And he's doing a good job of kind of letting it set itself up right there. Good work.
Yeah.
He lost his half mount position here, and he's back in the guard of Kyle Jackson. What do you say, Tony? They got to stand him up here, or
I give it a little bit more, and then if nothing improves here, I'd say stand him up.
You know, this is kind of a strange rule right here. You're in the guard, you're in an arm bar, and you can't punch out of it because you're on your feet.
Yeah.
And that's really almost an unfair situation for the guy that's on his feet. He should be able to punch out of that. Otherwise, you get your arm broken. You know.
Oh, there he goes, going for the takedown again. His kicks seem a little bit slower now.
Well, Kyle's kicks are slowing down, but I'm not seeing Ben Robinson set those shots up at all. You know, he came right off the kick and just kind of dove for the legs. And, you know, for all the reputation we heard about, he just caught a big knee right there.
Oh, he's
and some big
now.
uppercuts. Now he's taking some big shots.
Got
But all the stuff we heard about Ben Robinson's wrestling ability, I expected to see better
look at
setups.
that.
Oh my goodness, he tapped from that.
Wow.
You asked a minute ago, can you get a tap from that with the armor circle? Well, apparently you can. And right there is a prime example of that.
And again, he just rolled and went right into that roll. That was pretty slick.
Well, that was pretty slick. I'm not so sure that was a tappable move, but it worked tonight. And now Ben Robinson, I wouldn't hang your head, buddy. You came out here and gave a game performance against a very tough kid in the jackhammer, Kyle Jackson. And boy, once again, man, the future is very bright for this kid.
That's it. Come back.
Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
Kyle, every time we see you, you're getting better and better and better. What are you doing to train for this?
Everything I need to do. You guys want to know, talk to Mitch. He'll get you up some classes.
That's for sure. We all know Mitch does a great job. So what is next for you? Are you going to fight some more? Are you going to train some more? A little both?
I'll do what I can. It's hard to get fights when you're only 19, junior events and everything. But, man, I'm going to take a few days off, get right back in it. You guys will see me again soon.
Good. Well, we cannot wait. Thank you so much for being a part of the experience. Is there anyone that you need to thank?
Oh, Team Blackout, Mitch, my family, my beautiful girlfriend, Stacy. She supports me to death. She makes this a lot easier. I love you guys. I love everyone who came out to see me. Where's Duchesne?
Woo! Good job. Thank you. Congratulations.
Kyle Jackson did not disappoint, man. He looked tough.
Oh, he did, and what a finishing move. That was slick.
And I've already got Sugarloaf over here telling me, man, I want to fight him again. I can beat him. He looked terrible. I didn't think he looked terrible at all.
No, for being 19, I'm telling you, these guys are starting out younger, stronger, and, you know, up is the way to go.
You heard it right there. We got more of the Ultimate Combat. Don't go anywhere. junior super heavyweight division. We got a couple of guys, both Native Americans and both very large individuals. Who are they?
Oh man, we got Robert Yocum. How could you forget Robert Yocum from last week?
I'll never forget Robert Yocum from last week. Who's he fighting?
He's fighting Sam Lee, and you know what? Both these guys are huge. Sam Lee's a favorite one out here. He's from Vernal, and these two big boys are going to bat.
Giants will collide right here. Super heavyweight no holds barred. Check it out. You know, Tony, I liked the characters we meet at this show, and I got a chance to chit-chat a little bit with both these guys last night. In particular, Sam Lee. I'd never met him before, but this is a cool dude, man. He's a funny guy, and he's in it for all the right reasons. He's here just to have a good time.
Oh, yes, and you know what? We've all seen Robert Yocum.
We saw him last week.
We know exactly what he's all about. So
you know, I'll tell you what, I was impressed with this kid last week. I wasn't expecting him to be nearly as tough as he was. You see, both these guys have look like Indian headdresses on their arms there. Both of them are Native American, and right out here by the Indian reservation here in Vernal, and so maybe they're right kind of in their hometown area.
What, 19?
Young kid, and goes by the Grizzly Bear.
Oh my gosh,
man, look at
just right off the bat.
Yeah, he's got some power shots. I give Lee some credit though. He's eating a couple big shots, and he's the one coming forward.
He is. Look at, come on, Lee. Oh!
There's a lot of jiggle in this ring, though.
Oh my gosh!
That's I think the jiggling's over.
Let's see. Oh, the bear, the grizzly.
Bear.
That's great. That's what I want to see.
Oh, Sam Lee's got a smile on his face, man. He had a good time.
His corner is oh no, here comes the bear.
The bear gets excited, you know, and I don't blame him. He's a big boy. And he fought like a big boy tonight. Some big right hands that were devastating for Sam Lee.
Don't mess with the grizzly.
Heck no. In your welterweight division, got a couple good-looking kids coming out here. Tony, who are they?
Well, we got Riley Haas going against Clancy Winn. And you know what? I don't know too much about him. I do know that Riley Haas has fought for us once. He's lost once. And Mitch said, you know what, he was a little bummed out about that one, but he's going to come back and try it again.
Well, let's check it out. Welterweight, no holds barred. Check it out. All right, you know, as you mentioned, the guy's got a little bit of an axe to grind, and, you know, what better place to do it than in the cage?
Yeah. You know what, talking to Mitch, he said Riley Haas, he says, you know, after his first fight, he fought Conrad Jones, and that's a big fight.
Well, it was Conrad's first fight, too, I believe, or his second.
His second fight,
and Conrad, you know, Conrad's just a tough kid.
Oh, he's a tough kid.
You shouldn't hang your head about losing to Conrad Jones.
No, so he says, hey, I want you to, you know, buck it up and come back in here and let's do this again. So
good for him, you know, and that's a victory in and of itself. You're back in here doing it again. So Fancy Clancy, I kind of like that, is ready to be the next person to step up against Riley Haas.
Oh, it's fun. I'm right here. I can see his folks, his family. They're all out in force to have Clancy win tonight.
They got Clancy ready to win tonight.
Yeah.
And there are a lot of them out here, so this should be a nice raucous crowd for this one. A touch of the gloves, and here we go, Tony. And right there you see Riley Haas trying to fire off first, and then Clancy, he's happy to answer.
Oh yeah, he's got a nice little reach there and nice little legs there, knees.
Good stuff so far. Well, right there, what just happened?
Man, did you hear that?
Man, oh man, that was as loud a head kick as I've heard.
That sounded like a baseball bat.
It looked like Clancy was injured from the knees, or he was wanting to stop or something, and then as he dropped his hand,
bam, right there. Oh my gosh, right there.
And you can see the Clancy Winn fans there are just petrified right now.
Oh my gosh,
mortified.
Wow.
They're in shock. You know, I think Clancy's okay. That was just a very loud kick.
Oh my God. Well, the rattlesnake, Riley Haas.
He's definitely avenged the loss that he had out here last time, and that's certainly more than likely going to be the kick of the night. This post-fight interview brought to you by Beehive Bail Bonds, because sometimes bad things happen to good people.
All right, congratulations. That was an incredible knockout you just handed out there. So this is only your second fight?
Second fight, yes.
Wow, that is incredible. Well, what are you going to do next? You're going to keep training? You're going to fight again?
Yes, I'm going to move up to middleweight next and keep training and be back in here again.
All right, well, we can't wait to see you. Is there anyone you'd like to thank?
Yes, I'd like to thank my sponsors. First of all, Goldspur Quiznos, High Plains Services, Mitch with Unbroken Circle, Team Blackout, everybody. And right before the fight, Elena came up to me and wished me congratulations, and this fight goes out to her. So there you go, Elena.
She must be some good luck. Well, thank you so much. We can't wait to see you again. Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
In the main event, we got a kid coming all the way from Oklahoma, and he came up from Oklahoma with a bit of a chip on his shoulder. Brandon Stacy, he's not happy about the fact we couldn't find him a middleweight matchup. He's fighting up at light heavyweight, and he's just mad about it.
Oh, he's mad, and you know what? For Sugarloaf to say, man, that guy looks scary, that says something.
Oh, Sugarloaf's a big pansy. I don't know what you're talking about. But I tell you, Cole Horrocks, though, is a guy that everybody in town here says this is the guy you want to watch for.
Oh, man, we all remember that fight with John Kafer, when he took him 3 rounds and lost to a very narrow decision.
All right, well, we got a great one on tap for you for your main event. It's light heavyweight no holds barred. Check it out. I stand corrected, it's Cole Horrocks, not Cole Horrocks. But I've been excited about this fight ever since the weigh-ins. These guys, good energy, both of them. These guys are looking to knock some heads tonight. The Bulldog, though, they say he's just a holy terror out here. People don't want to mess with him out anywhere in the Vernal LaPointe area.
Oh yeah, 5'10", 199 pounds, and he's part of that team blackout again.
Well, he's probably one of those leaders, but man, I'll tell you what, you look across the cage at a guy that's built like that, and I'd be a little bit
Brandon Iron.
Sketchy. Brandon Iron, I like that.
5'1", 193 from Oklahoma.
Coming all the way from Oklahoma, and that's kind of cool coming out here and
wow. There's
fighting
quite
these
a high
guys.
difference.
Certainly a high disadvantage to Mr. Horrocks, but I tell you what, I'm not so sure it's a disadvantage, especially the way these guys fight out here. They're good at taking you down, and that will nullify any height reach advantage you have.
Well, you remember Horrocks fought John Kafer, and Kafer's a big guy.
Oh, Kafer's probably 6'4", so yeah, he's used to giving up a little bit of height. There you go, right there. That is the great neutralizer.
Look at that. Oh.
Good stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly. Oh, Cole Horrocks just pushing him up against the cage, and this is what he likes. He likes that side mount for sure.
Well, you see right there, Brandon Stacy grabbing onto the shorts of Horrocks, and that's illegal, but the referee's over on the other side.
And just hold on to that head, and
well, he's trying to pull guard and look for a guillotine, but well, I was about to say that might not be a great strategy. Looked like he made a little leeway, but this right here, you can see the strength of Brandon Stacy. He's a strong kid.
Looks like he's bent his arm.
He's holding Horrocks there, and that's just sheer brute power.
Oh, yeah. The thing is, you hold on to that too long, your arms get tired, huh?
Yeah, he needs to start looking at getting out from underneath and not worry about hanging onto that head so much. And right here, now you see he's in half guard, and if he would get an underhook on the right side and just kind of try to come out the back way, he'd be all right. But it looks like he wants to just hang on and squeeze.
Yeah, it's okay for a while, but it's not good when you start wearing down your arms there.
Well, it's not good, and it's not gaining you anything either. Right here, you're not getting any offensive points. You're just hanging on. So, you're stopping the onslaught of his offense. But if he would just come around to his right side and get out from underneath him, he'd be in a lot better position.
Oh yeah, he's got to get out of there for sure, because that's not where he wants to be. Cole.
Even look at a roll or something from here, I think, but I really don't see him setting anything like that if he's just kind of hanging on.
Yeah, he's just kind of putting his
He's using his muscle, and that's what he's used to doing
yeah.
with people, is just kind of locking you up and muscling you, and that's going to wear you down pretty quick. Horrocks making some progress, getting his leg out of there. He doesn't like it in there.
Trying to. He's like, oh, man.
Some guys like to fight at that half mount position. It's not a bad spot. You can still go do some work there, but he's trying to get. Well,
that's what he likes to do. Isolate that head and just
right there,
rain down punches.
Gave up his back right there.
Yeah.
And that's not good. Well, maybe he didn't give up entirely, but you see right there that Brandon Stacy's trying to get around behind him, but he's eating a lot of shots in the process.
And Lane Miller just kind of watching from that corner. It's kind of a hard angle here to see really what's going on.
Well, I'll tell you what's going on. Brandon Stacy's taking a lot of shots to the face. And you're right. It's a tough angle right here.
Is it to the face, or is it like to the forehead, really?
Either one doesn't feel very good.
No.
And I tell you, Lane Miller's doing a good job. He shouldn't stop this fight, because right here you see Horrocks is continuing to punch. He's continued to cause damage, and you can't really step in and stop a fight when that's happening.
Ooh, with all that squeezing, someone's going to have elastic arms.
Well, they sure are, and round number 1 in the books. Oh. But I tell you what, he's popped up with a lot of energy, that's for sure.
Yeah, he's
so far he hasn't burned a whole lot of energy underneath there. Round 2 between Cole Horrocks and Brandon Stacy when we come back. Welcome back to the Ultimate Combat Experience. If you're just joining us, you just missed a pretty active round between Cole Horrocks and Brandon Stacy in a light heavyweight matchup right here in Vernal, Utah. Brandon Stacy coming all the way up from Oklahoma to fight against local tough guy Cole Horrocks. Cole, certainly round number one, wouldn't you say, Tony?
Yeah, I would. He was the most active. He had better positioning, and right now we're seeing if he can keep it going, or
we talked in the first round about the fact that Stacy has a considerable reach advantage,
right?
But Horrocks neutralized that early on in the first round with a nice takedown right here. Looks like he's willing to stand and trade with old Brandon Stacy.
Yep, he is. But you can tell. Look at his hands, though; they're starting to get slow.
Tony, you kind of predicted that in the first round, where Brandon Stacy was doing a whole lot of squeezing, and when you do that, everything turns into mush.
Yeah. And he caught him right down the side of the head, and he almost looked like he was
gonna wobble on down. And right here now, Stacy trying to take down. I think this is just more of a survival mode takedown. He was getting beaten up on just a little bit, and he's looking to stop that with a takedown here. Burned a little bit of energy in doing so, but not really doing a whole lot once they hit the mat.
Right, and man, you know what? Talking to Cole in the back, he said this was probably going to be his last fight at this weight. He wants to drive down to middleweight.
I would recommend that for him just because of his height. And he'd have a much better chance at middleweight. I'd like to see that. This kid could be a force if he can maintain his strength and do a healthy weight cut. He could really be a force at middleweight.
Right, and you know what? He's one of those guys that gets put up against a cage, just like with John Kafer. It was hard. Oh, look, nice. He got caught
punch there. Stacy timed that perfectly, right as Horrocks came up off his.
And looks like Cole Horrocks is backing up a little bit, and you know what? Stacy's starting to get back in this game.
It looked like Cole Horrocks was in absolute control of this fight, and then Brandon Stacy got a nice little combination out there, but just doesn't have enough in the tank there to finish him off.
It just makes me so sore watching his hands down that low. He's just gasping for air there, and I hope something.
It's almost as though Stacy is 3 inches shorter than he was at the first of the fight, because he just is sunken.
Look at that.
That was a big shot and a big knee. This fight's over, Tony.
That is wow. That's beautiful. Wow.
That was it right there. And Brandon Stacy's still fighting, but the fight's over.
Yeah.
Cole Horrocks, big right hand, finishes things, and
well, for being that, he brought him down enough to get that knee up high.
Tony, I really want to see this kid up middleweight, and you know what? Who I want to see him fight? I want to see him and Sugarloaf get in there and mix it up at middleweight.
Man,
I think that would be a great fight.
Yeah. Well, we're going to predict one in the future here.
Sugarloaf's a judge now, so I guess we don't need to worry about that fight ever happening. He's becoming official.
Well, he is, but that'd be a good fight to see.
You know what? Brandon Stacy, he's all right. He's just darn tired, and understandably so. The Bulldog, Cole Horrocks, and making the hometown proud. And this place went absolutely bonkers when that punch landed, and these people really they're still chanting his name, Tony.
This is a guy to watch for the future, that's for sure.
Tyler Ayers Law Firm is a proud sponsor of the UCE. Call them for legal help at 255-5555.
Brandon, I know you're tired, man. That was a hell of a fight. Talk to me. What happened out there?
I think I got outwinded. Haven't been training. My hat goes off. It's cold.
I'll tell you what, though, you came out that first round and you looked like you were in great shape. You guys went pretty hard, and going back to the corner, I thought, man, these guys are ready to rock and roll. But that second round, it really seemed to wear you down a little bit. What do you attribute that to?
Training, to be honest with you.
All right, well, that's a pretty good logical excuse. All right, you gonna come back and do this again? We're gonna be back here in a couple months. You wanna come back and try this thing again?
Might.
All right, think about it?
Think about it.
All right, man, I gotta tell you, tonight you were good, just not good enough. Thanks for being a part of the experience.
I appreciate it, thanks.
Have your custom website designed for only $399 at www.399designs.com.
Cole, congratulations. What a wonderful fight you just had. Those were some huge knees that guy took. You just dished out a beating. That was awesome. So what's next for you? You gonna do this again?
Of course, I'm gonna hit the gym again hard, get a couple more fights. My next fight I might drop down to middleweight, but I trained hard for this fight. I'm gonna keep training at Unbroken Circle and just keep doing it and getting after it.
It is very hard to believe this is only your second fight, and you just told me that your first one was against John Kafer, which is no joke. So you are clearly the real deal, and hope that we get to see you again really, really soon.
Yeah, I'll be coming back to soon. I'm gonna get in the gym. I need to get some cardio again, get in shape a little bit better.
All right, well, we look forward to seeing you again. Thanks for being a part of the experience, and we'll see you next time. Anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, I'd like to thank my beautiful wife, Tracy, my 2 kids, Jaden and Brooke, and my whole family for supporting me. Thanks, guys. Love you. Thanks, Unbroken Circle, all my teammates, and thanks, Varnell, for coming out and supporting me. Thank you.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Have a good night.
Thanks.
Well, Horrocks holds the home court here tonight, and man, I'll tell you what, this place was going absolutely bonkers.
Oh man, and he brought his family, all his friends. They were excited to see this one, and that was a good main event.
It absolutely was. And you know, every time we come out here to Vernal, it's hard to pick the main event because these guys are always so well matched up. They're all just nitty-gritty, tough guy wrestlers, and a lot of fun every time we come out here. I want to thank Coach Greg Stensgaard for bringing us out here, and Charlie from X94. Always a great time when we come out here.
Oh, it is, and I can't wait. Apparently, we're coming back in a few months, and I can't wait. You guys go home, you guys train, and we'll see you next time.
Practice your wrestling if you're going to come out here. All right, we're back in Salt Lake City next week. We'll be at Elevate back there. And Tony, we've got a great card lined up next week. Got a couple of girls fighting in the main event.
Yeah, we do. We have Rachel Kemker going against Amber Conover, and it's that's going to be a fun one to see.
It's going to be Mushin versus UCTC in the main event next week. You definitely want to tune in for it. It's the ultimate combat experience. We'll see you next week.